Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful town in Nigeria, there lived a young man named Chinedu and a young woman named Amaka. They were good people. They were happy. They smiled every day. They loved each other very much. When they walked on the road, people always waved and said, "Good morning, lovely couple." And they always answered, "Good morning. God bless you." Chinedu worked as a carpenter. He made chairs, tables, doors, beds, everything with his hands. Everybody liked his work because it was strong and neat. Amaka was a tailor. She sewed clothes for women and children. She used her small sewing machine every day. The sound of her machine filled the house. Their life was simple. Their house was small but clean. They ate rice, beans, yam, fufu, okra soup, egusi soup, akara, and sometimes puff-puff on special days. They always prayed before eating. They always hugged each other before sleeping. They always thanked God every morning. Chinedu and Amaka believed in love. They believed in family. They believed in dreams. But there was one thing they did not have. They did not have a child. And every day, they wished for one. Days passed, weeks passed, months passed, years passed. Still no baby. At first they said, "No worry, God's time is the best." The village women told Amaka, "Do not cry. One day, your belly will carry a baby." Some people even touched her shoulder and prayed for her. But some others started gossiping. How many years now? No child. Why? Those words were sharp like needles. They entered Amaka's heart and made her sad. But Amaka still smiled. She still prayed. She still hoped. Chinedu too felt sad. He wanted a baby so much. He wanted someone to carry on his name. He wanted a little boy to teach carpentry. He wanted a little girl to plait her hair and buy small biscuits for her. Sometimes he sat outside at night, looking at the stars. "Oh God," he whispered, "please bless my home. Even one child." One day, Chinedu's aunt came to visit. She looked at Amaka and shook her head. "Amaka, how long will we wait? Why no child? A woman must give birth." Her words were like hot pepper. They burned Amaka's heart. Amaka went inside and cried. She cried like a small child. Her tears fell like rain. Chinedu entered the room and held her. "Please don't cry," he said softly. "We will have a child." God knows, but something was happening. Slowly, Chinedu started to feel angry inside, not at Amaka, but at the situation. Sometimes he did not talk much. Sometimes he sat quietly. Sometimes he looked far away, like his mind traveled to another world. Amaka noticed. Her heart shook like a leaf in the wind. What if he leaves me? She feared. What if he finds another woman? One quiet evening, something happened. Chinedu came home, looking very serious. "Amaka," he said slowly, "my family members are talking. They say, maybe I should marry another wife." Amaka's heart jumped like a drum. Her hands shook. Her lips trembled. But we love each other," she whispered. "I know," he said softly, "but there is no child." A small tear rolled down Amaka's cheek. She wiped it quickly so Chinedu wouldn't see, but he saw. He hugged her. He held her tight. "I don't want another wife," Chinedu said. "You are my one and only wife. But I am scared." "Scared of what?" she whispered. "Scared of never having a child," he replied softly. They both cried secretly that night, but they didn't show each other too much tears. They didn't want to hurt each other. They loved each other so much. One day, Chinedu went to the hospital secretly. He did a test to check if he could have a baby. Days later, the result came. It said, Chinedu could not have children. He stared at the paper. He did not breathe for some seconds. His eyes became big. His legs felt weak. He sat on the chair. He put his hands on his head. "Oh no," he whispered. "So I am the problem?" "Not Amaka." His heart broke into many pieces. He felt shame. He felt fear. He felt small, like a grain of sand. He hid the result inside his pocket. He did not want anyone to know, not even Amaka. He walked home, slowly. At home, Amaka could feel something was wrong. "Are you okay?" she asked. "Yes," Chinedu said, trying to smile, but the smile was weak. It fell like dry leaves. Amaka prayed harder every day. She fasted. She cried quietly at night. "I cannot lose my husband," she whispered. "I must save my marriage." One sunny afternoon, Chinedu's younger brother Emeka came to visit. He was kind. He was gentle. He loved his brother very much. He also cared about Amaka. When he saw Amaka's sad face, he asked, "Sister, what is wrong?" Amaka did not want to tell him, but the sadness in her heart was too heavy. She whispered, "I am afraid your brother will leave me, because I cannot give him a child." Emeka's eyes opened wide. "Ah, Chinedu will never do that." Amaka looked down. She did not answer. Emeka felt very sad for her. Days pass. Emeka thought and thought. "She is suffering. My brother loves her. She loves him. This home must not break." One evening, Amaka sat outside crying quietly. Emeka saw her and sat near her. "Do you trust me?" he asked. "Yes," Amaka whispered. "Then listen," he said softly. "There is a secret way we can help this family. No one must know. Not even my brother Amaka." Looked up slowly. "What way?" she asked with small hope in her eyes. Emeka spoke in a whisper. "We will find a way to help you have a baby. But nobody must know it is from me. It must look like it came from Chinedu. So he will be happy. So your home will not break." Amaka's heartbeat fast. She knew this was a big secret. She knew people must never hear. She nodded slowly. "For my marriage, for love, I will do it," she said quietly. And so, the secret plan began. Weeks passed, prayer continued, hope grew, and one blessed morning, Amaka felt strange. She felt tired. She felt sleepy. Her stomach felt different. She went to the clinic. The nurse smiled and said, "Congratulations, you are pregnant." Amaka froze. She shook. She cried tears of joy. "Thank you, God. Thank you, God," she shouted happily. She ran home. "Chinedu! Chinedu!" she called. Chinedu came outside fast. "What happened? Are you okay?" Amaka laughed and cried at the same time. "I am pregnant," she screamed. Chinedu's eyes grew big like oranges. He felt his heart jump like a bouncing ball. "What? Are you serious?" he asked softly. "Yes," she cried. Chinedu hugged her tight. He cried on her shoulder. He laughed and cried again. "God has done it," he shouted. "God has done it." But deep inside him, something whispered. "How? You saw the hospital result? You cannot have a child." Chinedu froze a little. He looked at his wife's happy face. He stayed quiet. He smiled again. He decided to believe. The whole village rejoiced. People danced, women clapped, men shook hands, children shouted, "Auntie Amaka has baby in her tummy." Life became sweet again. Food tasted better. Sleep became peaceful. Laughter filled the house. Chinedu and Amaka held hands every night and prayed. "Thank you, God," they said. "Thank you for blessing us." But deep in the shadows of their life, a secret was still hiding. A secret only Amaka and Emeka knew. A secret that one day may come out. A secret that could break everything. Or maybe bring a new kind of miracle.